What's up, everybody? It's Aditi here, your leadership and branding coach, and today we are doing a brand reset of your brand. So, if you have not been feeling as connected to your brand lately, if you have been feeling a little blah about it, or just not feeling so excited and good about it, this class is for you, okay? Because I'm going to be taking you through 7 steps to reset your brand. So, we're going to start with all of the components, including your brand message, your brand image, your brand personality, all of the good stuff. And I'm going to take you through the 7 steps, and I'm going to take you through the activity to do for each step. So you can do it along with me as we go through the class, or you can do it afterwards as you go through it. But I'm going to give you all the activities here so you have it all in one go. Now, if you have been participating in the brand reset, which if you want the emails, it's aditicreative.com/brand reset. And from there, you can get all the emails and follow along there as well. Okay? But if you haven't gone through it yet, or if you've been getting the emails and you just haven't gotten a chance to go through it yet, now is the time where you can go through it all together all at once. So on this call, I'm going to go through all 7 steps. So if you haven't gone through it before, you can do it now. Okay, so then you don't have to go through all of those emails unless you really want to. All right, so let's get started, friends. I am going to share my screen. All right, so this is the 7-day branding. All right, I want to make sure that everyone has access to this. So I am going to make sure everyone can come in. Okay, let's do it. Emails and follow along there. Oops. Okay, perfect. All right, party people, who's ready to reset their brand? All right, let's do this. Okay, so why are we doing this? We are doing this because a lot of people have been not showing up in their brand because they're not feeling good about it. They're not serving the world with their gifts, and they're feeling unfulfilled. They're feeling this void, and they're feeling lost. They're feeling stuck. A bunch of my clients have come to me feeling this way, and I want to make sure that I can help you have the tools to be out there, because my biggest wish and my biggest mission is to really get the people with these gifts out there to help those people who need those gifts. And so it is my job to help you guys get out there, get branded, feel good, be able to communicate your message well, be able to bring in the people that you're meant to work with, okay? The people that you're meant to help, serve, all of that good stuff. So that's why I decided to create this brand reset, because I found so many my clients were going through this process, and I wanted to create this process for you so you can have it. You can always come back to this again and again and again anytime you want to reset your brand, okay? All right, let's get started. And if at any point you cannot hear me, then let me know. Oh, hi guys. I see all you guys waving. I wave at all of you guys back. What's up? All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so we are going to do 7 steps to reset your brand, and I'm going to give you 7 activities to reset your brand too. All right, so let's get into it. The first one is building brand vision. Okay, I love this one because no brand can exist without a vision of where it's going and what it is doing. Okay, so you want to be able to have an idea of where your brand is going. Most people, when they start their brand, you know what they do? Can you guys give me a guess on what people do when it's time to start their brand? What do they do? They're like, yo, let me tell you what colors I want, what pictures I want, what image I want, what logo I want, which is all good stuff. It's all important stuff. But that is not the place to start, okay? The place to start is here, building the brand vision, okay? So how do you do that? So here is the activity to help you do it. What I want you to do is go to a place 10 years from now, and I want you to write what it is that your brand is going to be in 10 years. What is the vision you see for it? What do you see for yourself, your brand, where it's at? What are you doing? And I want you to do it in real time. And I want you to literally write this out. So you could get a piece of paper or a notebook for this entire brand reset, because I'm going to take you through the 7 steps, and I'm going to take you through 7 activities that you can start doing, whether you do it live with us or you do it afterwards, okay? So in this first one, I probably want you to go a little bit deeper on your own, because you're going to really want to go into your mind and vision and really think about where it is you see your brand. So what you're going to do is put this date, today's date, 10 years from now. So you're going to put today's date 10 years from now, okay? So you're going to put, if it's 2019 right now, you're going to put 2029. If it's 2020, you're going to put 2030, right? So whatever it is, 10 years from today, and you're going to write the vision of your brand. I want you to bring it to life. What does your brand look like? Where is it going? What's happening? Who is it helping? Who is it working with? Like everything, anything and everything. And you can be as detailed as you want, because that is going to help you set up the rest of your brand stuff. Okay, so we're going to start from the future and then work our way back. Most people start from here and move forward, but remember, your brand is going to be evolving over time. Your brand is going to be shifting. So we want to start from the future and work backwards, rather than starting from here or the past and trying to move forward from this place. I think that's why people get stuck, is because they're moving from the back rather than moving from the future. All right, that makes all the difference. So that is how you're going to set your brand vision, is starting 10 years from now. Okay, so that is the first step. Now we're going to get into the second step. Okay, creating brand connection. Creating brand connection. Okay, what does this mean? I want you to remember that people buy from emotion more than they buy from logic or need. So if people buy from emotion and connection, that means that people should feel connected to your brand. They should feel connected to your message, to your vision, right? Because if they're buying from that place, people should feel connected to your brand. So how do you build that connection? Well, before we even worry about everybody else, we need to worry about you as the leader of the company, the leader behind the brand. So we need you to get emotionally connected to your brand again. And a lot of times when I'm doing this work with my clients, they're not feeling connected to their brand at all. And you can only imagine, right? If you're not feeling connected to your brand, how are other people going to feel connected to your brand? Because people are going to follow suit from your energy. They're going to follow suit from your enthusiasm. So if you're not enthused, if you're not connected, ain't nobody else going to feel connected. You feel me? You guys got that? So we got to build your brand connection first, because people are going to be able to feel that energy. They're going to be able to feel what you're bringing forward. And so how are you going to do that? You're going to get reconnected to why you started this brand in the first place. So the activity you're going to do to build brand connection, is you're going to write why you started this brand. And when I do this part with my clients, we usually get to a point where they start crying. And that is the right place to be in, because that's when you know you are connected. You have started this brand for something much bigger. Not for the money, not for the recognition, not for the accolades, but for something deeper. For maybe some pain you experienced, maybe some discomfort you experienced, some tragedy you experienced that you were able to overcome, And now you want to help other people do the same thing. I want you to get connected to that core. I want you to get connected with why you started this brand in the first place. When you come from that emotion, honey, it's done. Everybody will just feel that power, that connection, that emotion, and people will be drawn to it. The right people will be drawn to it. All right, so part of this brand reset is you getting reconnected to why you started this brand in the first place. And that's what I want you to do in this activity. So go ahead and write that down now if you're going to do it live with us, which I recommend because then you can ask questions as well while I'm here. Okay, next, building the brand personality. So this is a fun one, right? So I want you to think, if your brand was a person, what would your brand be like? How would your brand dress? How would your brand act? How would your brand talk? What would be maybe the age of your brand if it was a person? How would they show up as a person? So I really want you to bring your brand to life as a person and kind of build this brand persona, because this is going to lead the rest of how your brand shows up. It's going to lead the colors, it's going to determine the tone in the communications that you speak with, in all of your emails, in your social media, all of that kind of stuff. So, but this is the first part. Before we get into actually, creating all of that, the first part is building that brand persona, building that brand personality. All right, so that's what I want you to do next. I want you to write, if my brand was a person, right, what would my brand be like? So my brand as a person is, 30-year-old professional, living their life, you know, snarky, sarcastic, talks in acronyms. I'm just making this up, as you can see. But I want you to really go there because this is going to influence the rest of how your brand shows up in the world. So how is your brand as a person? Because, there's some companies that their brand persona is a young 22-year-old, for example, right? So all of their communications sound like that. It sounds like a 22-year-old talking. Or some of them are really sophisticated, like their brand is a 60-year-old male, right? So it just sounds like maybe more like sophisticated language, more like complete grammar sentences. You know what I mean? So it's literally going to affect how your brand is showing up. So think about, if your brand was a person, how would your brand be? So now I want you to do this part. My brand as a person is blank, and fill that out. Thanks for waving, guys. I think those are fun. I'm waving at all y'all back. All right, so the next part. This is my favorite, you guys. This is literally my absolute favorite. Okay, I'm going to take it off. Oops, what did I just do? My bad. Okay, I'm going to take it off the share for a second because what I wanted to say was that the brand message is so important and it's so powerful. It literally is what your brand lives and breathes and exists as. So your brand message is kind of like your one liner. It is your one liner of how you are, what it is your brand has to say to the world. What is your one message that your brand has to say to the world? So let's say you were called up on stage and you literally had no time to think, you had no time to process anything. What would be that one message that you wanted to get out to the world? Now, it could be, it is your brand message, but I feel like when we say brand message, you guys get really tripped up and start like overthinking it. So I want you to think you as a person. You who are you? Because you are the leader behind your brand. So typically your brand message is similar to your core message as a person. So What is that one message? Let's say you're called on stage, you have no time to think, you're given the mic, and you literally have just a few minutes, and you're asked by your favorite talk show host or whoever, what is your one message that you'd have to share to the world? And that is going to be your one core message that you're going to be sharing everywhere. Because people are going to remember you by that core message. Okay? So if you guys have been following my brand lately has shifted to leadership and branding, right? And so my core message now is you can do anything. If you guys have been noticing, a lot of my branding has shifted to do anything. And my school is also called Do Anything School, right? So everything is do anything. My core message is that you can do anything with these leadership skills because I realized I held myself back so much before. But once I realized that these leadership skills can help me move through any obstacles, I realized that I can do anything. Okay, so that is my core message. I'm trying to remember some of my other clients' ones off the top of my head. I remember one was live clean, live happy, because that client was a health coach and she really believed in eating clean and she believed that you would be happier when you ate clean. So hers was about eat clean, live happy. That was her core message. Um, Another one was intuition is your superpower because that coach was an intuition coach and she teaches about the power of your intuition. So can you see how the brand message literally aligns to exactly what it is that you're doing, what you're putting out there, all that kind of stuff, okay? So the brand message is like my favorite part. Hi Eva, hi everyone. Hey everyone, what's going on? All right, so let me get back to where we were at. Okay. So writing the brand message. Oh no, why is it doing that? Bring it back. Okay. All right, writing the brand message. Okay, so my one message to the world is and try to do it where you're not giving yourself time to think because if you start thinking, you're going to overthink it. Okay? So what I want you to do is just see what comes up right away. My one message to the world is if there's one thing you could share with the world, what would it be? And write that down. And what happens is in the beginning, you might have like throw out a bunch of words and then you can clean it up. Because what happens is when I do it with my clients, it's usually a long run on sentence or it's like, and then what we'll do is we'll clean it up, we'll make it crisp, we'll make it stronger. So if you guys want my help with that to make your core message stronger and to get feedback, I'm going to talk about that at the end. All right. All right, so now let's talk about creating the brand image. This is everyone's favorite part. This is where you get to pick the colors, the logo, the pictures, the fonts, all that kind of stuff that you guys want to do. You get to do that now. Okay? So think about now that you've done your brand vision, your brand personality, all of that stuff, what does your brand image look like? What is the vibe your brand gives off? So when people come into your store, whether it's in person or it's your online website, what is the vibe that you want to give off? What is the feeling that the people will feel when they're at your doorstep, whether it's virtual or physical, doesn't matter. And then from that vibe, from that feeling, you can see what colors you want to use. Okay, so go ahead and do that now. The vibe of my brand is. And by vibe, I mean like what are people going to feel when they arrive at your brand? And the colors are. Now, people get really tripped up about this part, doing the right color, not the right color, this and that. I really want you guys to go with your gut as well and see what works right for you because that's what I've done too, and it's worked well for me. Some people have some really hardcore, stringent processes about this, which, more on corporate level and all that kind of stuff, which is important. But this is to just get you kick started and off the ground and moving, right? We're just getting you unstuck from where you are now Two, getting back out there, because we don't want you guys hiding in your brands. We want you out there because there are people waiting for your gifts. God did not plant those gifts in you for you to be hiding under the covers. Okay? And I promise you, as you show up with your gifts and serve the people, you will be blessed in so many ways. Whether you believe in God, you believe in the universe, energy, gravity, you get blessed by something out there. Okay? I have seen that to be true in my own life. I do believe we have all been given these gifts for a reason. And I do believe it is our purpose to utilize it in the best way possible. So if you feel guided to put it out there, then that's what you're going to do. All right. Step 6. Now we're going to talk about getting your brand out there, getting your brand known, getting your brand visible. So many people, you know, they want people to come to them. They want clients, they want business owners. But what I've noticed is they're not visible in any sort of way ever. They're not visible online. They're not visible to their customers. They're not visible to their community. Again, likely they're hiding because they might have brand shame. They might feel like they don't know what they're doing. That's a whole nother conversation, which is part of, the leadership stuff. And that's actually why I brought the leadership stuff in, you guys, because I was doing all this branding work with people and they just were not able to become the leader for that brand and to be able to show up in that way. So I realized the leadership component was really, really important. So that really helps you start to show up in a different way. So how is your brand going to get visible? Where are your people at? Where do they hang out? So over here, you want to pick 3 areas that you're going to focus on getting your brand visible. Now, if you've done this before, then just redo it to make sure you feel good about it. Because I've done it before, but I've shifted my platforms. So you're going to pick your 3 main platforms that you're going to focus on getting your brand visible with. Okay? So the activity is the 3 platforms I will use to get my brand visible are: see which platforms you feel most connected to, you feel that you can be consistent on. Like if you just know you're like not going to do live video, like don't pick like Facebook live video as your platform because you're just setting yourself up for failure and disappointment if you already know that you're not going to be consistent. Like it just feels like too much of a stretch. You want to start where you feel comfortable, what feels good to you, and you're going to show up. If you know you're not going to be creating, if you're not going to be committing to doing a YouTube video every week, then don't commit to that. Commit to what will work for you. Okay? So the last one is setting the brand strategy. Okay, so now you've reset your brand on many different levels. Your message, your personality, your image. You've even started to pick the platforms you want to be visible on. Okay? Then what happens there? Now it's time to really execute the strategy to get your brand known, visible, hired, shared, all of that kind of stuff. So think about how you want to present your brand in the world. How do you want to share the value that your brand provides? How do you want to share the stories of success that your brand can bring? How do you want to share your brand promise? How do you want to share your brand personality? Like those are the questions you really want to think about on how you can bring this to life. So the activity here is my brand will be known through, and an example could be, sharing case study stories of my successful clients. I will share the value of my brand through teaching 3 classes a month. Okay, so I want you to get a little specific here with your strategy. And then what I want you to do is pick 3 steps that are going to be your next brand strategy steps that you're going to implement and take forward. All right. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let's see if there's anything in the chat box. Nope. Okay. All right. Do you guys have any questions on the 7 steps? Okay, so review. First step is building the brand vision. The second step is creating the brand connection, getting reconnected to your brand. Next is building the brand personality, bringing your brand to life. Next is writing the brand message, so your core message to the world. Fifth is creating your brand image, okay? Sixth is building the brand visibility. And seventh is setting the brand strategy. So these are your 7 steps, you guys, to reset your brand. Okay, so these are the 7 steps to reset your brand. Again, if you haven't been feeling connected to your brand, this is a time for you to jumpstart and kickstart back into your brand and falling in love with it again. That is my goal for you guys, that you fall in love with your brand again after you do this brand reset. That is my hope and desire. So, do these 7 steps, and these 7 steps are going to help you basically relaunch and step into your brand again. So if you've been having brand shame, if you've been wanting to hide in your brand or hiding behind your brand, you've been sitting in confusion or not having clarity and all that kind of stuff, these 7 steps are going to kind of guide you through that process to help you do that. Okay, so this is going to be a starting point for you to get back into your brand on a deeper level. Now, I'm going to be doing a Q&A tomorrow inside the Facebook group. So if you're not already a part of it, sign up at adipicreative.com/brand reset. So let me put that in the comments for you here. adipicreative.com/brand reset, because that will give you the link to the Facebook group as well as all the 7 emails. Okay? And then next, so the Q&A tomorrow, it's completely free, so come take advantage of it. I'm going to be doing it at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, okay? And then the next thing that I want to invite you guys to is I'm going to be doing a brand strategy workshop on Friday, okay? On Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, okay? And in that brand strategy workshop, in the branding workshop, I'm going to be doing it on Friday, August 2nd. Okay. So another thing I want to say is, if you're watching this later and you missed the live version, you will be able to grab the replay afterwards, because during the workshop, I'm going to be taking you through activities, giving people feedback and all of that. So you will get a lot out of it, because we're going to be going more in depth than we did today. So here's what we're going to be doing. Okay, you're going to leave with increased brand clarity, an executable brand visibility plan. Okay, so I'm going to help you with that. Oh, I just realized that it's not showing. Why does it keep doing that? Okay. All right, so branding workshop Friday, August 2nd. All right, so timing. And like I said, if you missed the live version, you can get it later. But if you are watching this in time to do the live, you will have the opportunity to get live feedback on your branding work. So you can take your branding to the next level. All right, you're going to leave with increased brand clarity, because any questions you have, I can coach you on it. I can help you with your brand. I can help you go deeper with it. You're going to leave with an executable brand visibility plan. So what that means is, as soon as you leave the branding workshop, you're literally going to have a plan of what you're going to be doing next, on how you're going to be getting your brand visible. Actually having steps that are executable, that you're going to, you're going to create, we're going to create together at the workshop, and you're going to have the opportunity to get my feedback, get coached on anything you're confused on, have questions about, you're not sure about different platforms. I'm going to be there to answer all your questions, okay? And the last part is a solid foundation to kickstart your brand communication. So, you know what that means? I'm going to be helping you with your brand message. So this part is probably going to be one of the most valuable parts of it. Actually, all 3 parts are really valuable, but the last part is going to be so powerful, because that is literally the message that you're going to be able to use all across your branding. And you're literally going to be able to use it right away after we get off this branding workshop. And the core message is one of the most powerful parts of the branding, and people seem to love that the most, and they get really excited about it. So I'm excited to help each of you leave with a brand message that feels good to you. All right. So how this works is the cost of this branding workshop is $97, and how you get the ticket is paypal.me/Aditi Creative. Now, I had a different link earlier, but PayPal was just giving me issues, so I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna do a paypal.me link for now. But if you're catching this afterwards, you can look below or look in the description if there is a different link now, okay? But for right now, for this week, how you're going to sign up is you're going to go to paypal.me/Aditi Creative, and you can put in the notes section branding workshop, okay? Now, if you are a part of my Do Anything school, this is included for you, so please do not get a ticket for this, okay? You automatically get a ticket for this as a part of Do Anything school, okay? So, again, the branding workshop is happening this Friday, okay? So this Friday, August 2nd at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to help you get strong brand clarity. I'm going to help you build an executable brand visibility plan on how to get your brand out there and known. And you're going to have a solid foundation to kickstart your brand communications, which is going to be your brand message, okay? So we're going to create your solid brand message. So for this week's workshop, it is $97 on Friday. Get your ticket at paypal.me/Aditi Creative. In the notes, you can write branding workshop, and you will get an email with all the details of um, the link to join, all that kind of stuff, 24 hours before or earlier. Okay? So that will be happening this Friday. Do you guys have any questions? Do you guys have any? We have some ending music to join us. All right, let me see if there's any questions in here. All right, so you guys got any questions for me? Let me know, because I'm here for you. And again, I'm going to be doing the live Q&A tomorrow inside the Facebook group, and then sign up for the branding workshop to get the deeper feedback and coaching and everything. Like, you're going to leave with ready to go stuff to execute your brand. So that's what I want to help you with. All right. I'll wait for about 30 seconds if there's any questions, because I know sometimes there's a lot. But if there isn't, then I will go on with my merry day. If I can show you guys these mountains behind me, I don't know if you guys can see it. Isn't that beautiful? I was like, I need me some outdoor vibes while I'm teaching this class. So this has been fun. I'm glad the internet didn't cut out. All right, cool. If you guys have no questions, go ahead and rewatch this replay to go through the activities, and I will see you at the branding workshop on Friday. Or if you're catching this much later, you can grab the workshop replay. All right, see you guys later. Bye.